Alright everyone, gather round because today we're diving deep into the world of e-commerce. It's like a server room with tangled cables and blinking LEDs, except instead of potential fire hazards, we're talking about security vulnerabilities that could fry your business. In today's digital age, e-commerce platforms have revolutionized the way we shop, offering convenience at our fingertips. Okay, let's talk about the big one first. Financial fraud. Imagine this. You're looking at your sales figures and everything seems fantastic. You're raking it in. But then, bam! You get hit with a wave of chargebacks. Turns out, a bunch of those sales were fraudulent, made with stolen credit card information. And guess who's left holding the bag? You. Financial fraud can take many forms, like unauthorized transactions and fake refund requests. Cyber scoundrels use tricks like creating fake email accounts, setting up bogus accounts, and masking their IP addresses. It's like they're digital ninjas, slipping through the cracks and disappearing with your hard-earned cash. Financial fraud accounts for a whopping 70% of all attacks on e-commerce platforms. It's like the common cold of e-commerce security threats, except instead of a runny nose, you're left with a serious financial headache. Okay, let's talk about phishing. You know, those emails you get that look like they're from your bank, but they're actually from some shady character in their mom's basement trying to steal your login info? Yeah, that's phishing. And it's not just limited to emails, it can happen through fake websites, social media messages, even text messages. Imagine this. You get an email that looks exactly like it's from your e-commerce platform provider. It says there's been some suspicious activity on your account, and you need to click on this link to verify your information. But here's the catch. That link? It doesn't take you to your platform's website, it takes you to a fake website that looks almost identical to the real deal. You enter your login credentials, thinking you're protecting your account, but instead, you've just handed them over to the phishers on a silver platter. Phishing attacks can be incredibly convincing, and they can target anyone from small businesses to large corporations. We're talking about financial losses, identity theft, damage to your reputation, the whole 9 yards. Alright, let's talk about malware. Now, malware is basically any type of software that's designed to harm your computer system. Think of it like a digital virus that infects your computer and wreaks havoc. We're talking about viruses, worms, trojans, ransomware, all those nasty little programs that can steal your data, slow down your website, or even bring your entire system crashing down. E-commerce platforms are prime targets for malware attacks because they often store a ton of sensitive information like customer data, financial records, and proprietary business information. One common way malware can infect your system is through malicious downloads. You download a file that seems harmless, but hidden inside is a nasty surprise. Another way malware can sneak onto your system is through vulnerabilities in your software. If you're not running the latest security updates, hackers can exploit those weaknesses to inject malware onto your site. And once malware has infected your system, it can be tough to get rid of. Outdated website code, the Achilles heel of e-commerce. Alright, let's talk about outdated website code. E-commerce platforms are complex beasts, with thousands of lines of code working behind the scenes to make sure everything runs smoothly. And just like any other software, e-commerce platforms need regular updates and patches to fix bugs, improve performance, and most importantly, address security vulnerabilities. But here's the thing, keeping your e-commerce platform up to date can be a real pain. It's often a manual process and it can be time-consuming and technically challenging, especially for smaller businesses that don't have dedicated IT teams. And when you don't keep your platform updated, well, you're basically leaving the door wide open for hackers. Hackers are always on the lookout for vulnerabilities in software, and they're quick to exploit any weaknesses they find. Outdated software is like a ticking time bomb. You might not even realize there's a problem until it's too late, and by then, the damage is done. Regular updates and patches, your first line of defense. Now, we've talked about the dangers of outdated website code, but let's flip the script and talk about the solution, regular updates and patches. Think of these updates like software superheroes, swooping in to save the day and protect your website from those nasty security villains. E-commerce platforms are constantly evolving. Developers are always working hard to improve security, fix bugs, and add new features. And these updates and patches, they're like little packages of digital goodness, delivered straight to your website to keep everything running smoothly and securely. I know what you're thinking. Updating my website sounds like a real drag, but trust me, it's way less of a hassle than dealing with a security breach. The good news is that most e-commerce platforms make it pretty easy to stay up to date. Some platforms even offer automatic updates, so you don't have to lift a finger. Two-factor authentication, or 2FA for short. Alright, let's talk about two-factor authentication. Now, 2FA is like having a bodyguard for your online accounts. It's an extra layer of security that makes it much harder for hackers to gain access to your sensitive information even if they have your password. Think of it like this. Your password is the key to your house, but with 2FA you also need a special code from your phone to get in. So even if someone steals your key, they still can't get into your house without that code. Now there are a few different ways 2FA can work. One common method is through SMS codes. Another popular method is through authentication apps like Google Authenticator or Authy. These apps generate time-based codes that change every 30 seconds, so even if someone intercepts the code, it'll be useless in a matter of seconds. Secure payment gateways. Alright, let's talk about secure payment gateways. Now, a payment gateway is like the digital equivalent of a cash register. It's the software that processes payments on your e-commerce website, securely transmitting sensitive information like credit card details between your customers, your website, and the payment processor. Not all payment gateways are created equal. Some are more secure than others, and it's crucial to choose a payment gateway that takes security seriously. One of the most important security features to look for in a payment gateway is PCI DSS compliance. PCI DSS stands for Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard, and it's a set of security standards designed to protect credit card data. Another important feature to look for is tokenization. Tokenization replaces sensitive credit card data with unique tokens, so even if hackers manage to get their hands on the data, it'll be useless to them. Regular security audits. Alright, let's talk about regular security audits. Now, a security audit is like a health checkup for your website. It's a comprehensive review of your website's security posture, designed to identify any vulnerabilities or weaknesses that hackers could exploit. Think of it like this. You wouldn't wait until your car breaks down to take it to the mechanic, right? You'd get regular oil changes, tune-ups, and inspections to make sure everything is running smoothly. Well, your website is no different. It needs regular checkups to make sure it's in tip-top shape and protected from those pesky hackers. Security audits can be performed by internal teams or by external security professionals. It's often a good idea to get an external perspective, as they can bring fresh eyes to your website and identify vulnerabilities that you might have missed. During a security audit, security professionals will use a variety of tools and techniques to test your website's defenses. So there you have it, folks, the dark side of e-commerce laid bare for all to see. But hey, don't despair. Just because there are risks doesn't mean you have to live in fear. By understanding these threats and implementing robust security measures, you can create a safe and secure online shopping experience for your customers. Remember, a secure e-commerce ecosystem benefits everyone. It builds trust with your customers, protects your hard-earned reputation, and ensures that everyone can enjoy the convenience of online shopping without worrying about their personal information falling into the wrong hands. Stay informed and protect your online presence. Together, let's build a safer e-commerce ecosystem.